All right, so your experience, you want to pick two or three roles you've had in the last, say, 5 to 10 years, and your current role, if you have one, that shine the best light on this identity that you're crafting for yourself.
Any ideas?
And then you want to include the name of the name of the company, your position title, and then you want to include probably the city, the location where this company is located or where you worked, the dates of your employment, and then I want you to have 2 to 3 bullet points of quantitative information of something you did while you worked at that company. Now, this is really the tricky part, and I want you to take a lot of time crafting these sentences. It's really the meat of the resume, and it's what people are going to read. When you're reading a resume, you scan through the education, you scan through the job titles. This is what people's eyes look at when they go through a resume. They see your name, they see your education, where you went to school and what the degree is called. Then they look at your job titles and the names of the companies, and then they're really going to read these sentences. They're going to read these bullet points underneath your position titles that are listed in your experience section. And that's about it. So you want this to be your key crucial information that speaks really to what you've done and what you can do. And so that it needs to be specific and concrete. I don't want your bullet list to say managed employees at the restaurant, did all the receipts and did all the invoices and completed work in a timely manner, always communicated professionally and friendly. No, everybody's professional and friendly. You don't need to put that on there. I don't want fluff on there. I want hard things that you did. You didn't manage the restaurant employees. You oversaw a team of 12 individuals. You oversaw a team of 12 individuals. You maintained schedules across whatever. You use some kind of software. I want specifics. You increased productivity by 12%, increased sales by 12% by implementing a new marketing campaign at this restaurant where you work. Or you increased web traffic by 20% by implementing some kind of new system. Or you built a new project that had X or Y result. I want you to have something really specific on these bullet points under your job title, something that shows that you know your trade, you know your skills. As much information and specificity as you can include in there. They need to be powerful, verb-oriented. It has to be powerful, verb-based language that shows that you completed something, you really nailed a project, you did something. And so this takes some creativity because you think back on your work and you're like, what have I even done? I just sit at my desk all day and go on the internet. And it's like, no, you don't realize how complex the work that you do is. You're using, at the very least, some kind of Microsoft Office products. You're probably using some kind of proprietary complex software system, something unique. Even restaurants use these advanced scheduling systems and booking systems and ordering systems, the POS systems. It's like you know how to do so much more than you even realize. But it has to be listed in a specific, concrete manner on your resume. I don't want fluffy language like you're a go-getter and a hard worker and a great communicator. Everybody is. That's expected of you when you're on the job market. You better be a hard worker and a great communicator and a go-getter. That's nonsense, fluffy filler language, and I don't want it on your resume. I want the concrete, actual stuff that you did. You managed a team of 12 employees. You increased productivity. You increased sales. You developed a new system to enhance cleanliness. You reduced waste at the restaurant by creating more accurate orders. You invented new menu items. You recreated the menu in Microsoft Publisher. Well, I don't know, man. You have to find the concrete specific accomplishments and the concrete specific tasks that also align strategically with the specific job that you are applying to. So if it is a management position, if you're applying to management positions, highlight the skills and training and things you've done concretely in the workplace that make you look like you're capable of managing people, right? If you're applying to programming positions, highlight the skills and training and experience you have that demonstrates that you're qualified for programming positions. Line up the language in your resume, these bulleted points under your job titles. It's not just a description of what you did. It's an action statement about what you accomplished and the skills that you have and the power that you had in these positions. It's really an extraordinary thing. So again, we're talking about the experience section. It's the second section of your resume. It's not a chronological, comprehensive history of your life. It's 2 or 3 of your best positions that speak to your best experience that really are going to make you shine and look great on the job market. And then each of those 2 to 3 job titles that you've plucked out and decided you're going to use in your resume, each of those should have 2 to 3 bullet points that have verb-based language about concrete, specific projects you completed or tasks that you were responsible for that you really killed or improved, or concrete, specific information in these bullet points. It's not just a repeat. You're not just repeating the description of what you did, but you're showing how you excelled at it. You're showing how you really went above and beyond and were killer at these positions. All right, enough about that. So then your third section of the resume that you're now putting together from your drafted notes and ideas is your skills section. Now not everyone agrees with this. There's different ways to create resumes, but I really like this because it works well with applicant tracking systems. A skills section is just a header that says skills, and then you list out all your skills. So you're gonna have to go back to your draft and your notes and think about this and find a way to organize it in a way that makes sense too. And again, I don't want fluffy stuff in here. I don't want great communicator. I don't want works well with others. I don't want self-motivated. All those fluffy kind of language that doesn't tell really anything honestly about you. I want the concrete stuff. You know how to fix Honda lawnmowers if you're applying to a lawnmower repair. You know how to fix a certain type of Honda engine or 3 different types of specific Honda engines on lawnmowers if you're applying to a position at Sears, say. If you're applying to a programming position, you're going to list out all your computer science, all the different languages, everything that you know within that domain, everything that you can do. If you're applying to translation positions, that's where you put in your skills. Which languages and what have you translated, and go into as much specificity as you can. It's like if you're in marketing, you're listing out you're not just saying email marketing, you're saying email marketing with analytics using MailChimp. Like, you want the software in there, you want the specificity. It's like, any kind of position this is true. I'm not just talking about, say desk jobs. Even like if you're applying for positions where you're gonna be like driving a certain kind of truck, it's like if you're gonna be operating heavy machinery, you're gonna wanna put the specific kind of machinery that you've operated in the past and all your licensure. Maybe the licensing should go up in your education section, but make sure you have all the specifics in there. Make sure you have all the concrete actual skills that you can do. And then what's going to happen is when it gets pushed through the applicant tracking system, all those this is like your keyword section almost. Your skill section is almost like your keyword section. So it's a great place to look at the job description and take out, almost word for word, as long as you're doing it truthfully and honestly and genuinely. If there's language in the job description that you believe fits you can take it and put it into the skills section, and that's going to increase the likelihood of you matching up and lining well in the applicant tracking system, and that's going to get your resume in the hands of an actual person at the company who can then call you and offer you an interview. So skills section is like a keyword section. It's a beautiful thing. It demonstrates what you can do. It takes a little bit of crafting. It's going to take a little bit of time to really think about what are the concrete things you can do, but I know you got a lot of them. There's a lot of concrete things you can do. We all know how to use Microsoft Outlook, Word, Excel, right? If you don't, start learning. If you don't know how to use the software that's going to be required for the kind of job you want, start learning. Purchase the software or a subscription to it. Go get the Adobe Creative Cloud and start learning Photoshop. If you want a graphic design job or a communications or a marketing job, go learn Photoshop and Illustrator and InDesign, and then you're gonna get a job. I mean, really, I can almost guarantee it. That's enough for now. I have so much more to say about resumes. It's actually kind of unbelievable. It's the most important document you will probably craft in your lifetime. Literally, it's a piece of paper that's worth, or on the screen, but if you print it out, it's a document that's worth maybe millions of dollars, right? In the span of your 30, 40, 50 year long career, you will probably earn more than $1 million, and this is your foot in the door. This is how it all starts. It's your resume. And so I don't want to say frustrated, but I try to help my students understand this so much, because not everyone wants to spend time on their resume. They don't see the value in it. They don't really get it. I try to hammer these points really hard, because a resume is maybe the most important document you'll create in your lifetime, unless you're, a writer or something, then it's probably pretty low on the list. But even then, I mean, I don't know. It's probably the most it's the document with the most monetary value. It's the document with the highest ROI, or return on investment, that you're likely to create in your entire life. So please spend some time on it. You're gonna increase your chance on the job market. You're constantly revising it and updating it. You're tailoring it to every position you apply to, so you get through those applicant tracking systems. Good luck out there. Ask me questions, leave me some comments. If you like the things I'm talking about, take some time to hit the like button. It really helps me. When you hit the like button, it influences the way that YouTube pushes my videos out into the space out there, and suggests the video to other people and more people if you hit the like button. So if you found this in any way useful or meaningful, take a second, like the video. You can subscribe if you like the things I'm talking about. I'm making new videos all the time. I'm on fire. I'm helping people out. I'm trying to help people with their personal economy. Make more money, take care of yourselves, and build a good, structured life that can lead you toward meaning and a little bit of happiness here and there. I can't guarantee happiness for you, but that's not what we're aiming for anyway. No one can guarantee happiness. You can't even guarantee it to yourself. Life is full of horrible things. Life is full of suffering. But you can build a structured life. You can build a good life where you're doing something good for the world and good for yourself, and that's pretty darn good. So this is the big video on resumes. I'll have to keep talking about resumes because there's more that we didn't cover here, but this should get you started. Draft it and then revise it, and when you're ready, export it as a PDF, and make sure you give it a good file name. It's your last name -resume, something like that, or your last name -resume -date. It's something that it's not just resume 1 2 3 4 ABC. Wow, I've seen that before. It's like the actual file name. When you export the file out of Word into a PDF, make sure you actually give it a reasonable file name. Wow, so much more to talk about regarding resumes, but this should get you started. Take care of yourselves out there, all right?